Hey, how's it going, guys, and welcome to a video which is a little different for you today because we are here on Immortal Cities, Children of the Nile. I thought I'd play this essentially off the back of the video I made a couple of weeks ago, if you remember, asking for your support on the Neolithic city building game called Ancient Cities, which is currently in development. And terrific news with that, it did smash its Kickstarter goal, which is brilliant to hear, so I'm really pleased it has, so we can see a lot more of that hopefully in the future. And on that video I did ask what was your favourite city building game of all time, and thanks for all the answers you gave. Some cracking games were mentioned. At the time I listed The Settlers 2 and Age of Empires, both amazing games back in the day. Age of Empires more so strategy and city building, but still a city building game as well. But I forgot to mention this one. Now most of you probably heard of Settlers and Age of Empires, but may not have heard of this one, and that's why I'm here today with it. This is a city building game that's set in ancient Egypt. It was released in 2004, so again quite an old game, but it is still available on Steam, so I'll link it down below if you want to go and check it out. But what I love about this is its attention to detail. Everything is really quite uniquely done actually in a way. So as Pharaoh, you will guide your people through thousands of years of history, from simple hunter-gatherers to the creation of immortal civilizations. Guide your people well, and you will build breathtaking pyramids, get words out, explore the ancient world and wage war against your enemies. It's kind of, in some ways, reminds me of Ancient Cities and what it's trying to achieve, basically. So let's jump into it and I'll show you what it's all about. So here's a city I made for you earlier, guys. How nice am I? So I thought I'd prep this all for you just for this video today, because as you can imagine, if I start at the beginning, to get to this level takes a long time on this game. It's not just a case of click and drop and it's all done. It takes a while to produce and to develop. So yeah, I thought I'd get to this sort of level to showcase it, to showcase the game to you at this point, so you can get a real feel for it essentially. So I've been working hard. You can see here is the Pharaoh's palace in the centre. I've got some pyramids being built for my noble families and my pharaohs and my royal families. So you can basically right click on most buildings. You can see those tombs are full already. That one is going to be specified just for the pharaoh to be buried there, and that one is also going to be for the pharaoh. I could put that for the royal family actually, so they have a place of rest as well. So you can develop your palace over time, and I've actually fully developed it now to the maximum. So let's get the interface back on. So it's a glorious residence here. So we've got like enhancements to the granary, fountains, loads of stuff have been added on to this palace over time. You can see I'm constructing some nice monuments in the name of Pharaoh, and these help with your prestige. So the more prestige you have as a pharaoh, the more you can command and more things you can do on the sort of world level. Because on the world level here, you can go to various places outside of your city to expand your territories. So you've got places like this where you can start to trade with different people, like merchants and places, different cities essentially. And it just helps with basically expanding your name essentially. So yeah, it allows you to trade more and open up more avenues in that regard. You also can go to war as well. Let me go to show you again. You can go to war with places like that. That's enemy city there. You can go to war with them, attack them. But obviously you've got to get yourself set up with an army before you've done that. I haven't got an army yet, so I'll show you that hopefully in this video today. Also with prestige, it allows you to support more workers, more educated elite workers. So the more educated elite workers you can have in your city, the better it is. But you have to have a level of prestige to support that basically. So at the moment I've got 11 of 18 that I can currently have in the city basically because of the prestige level I've got of 100. So that makes sense to you. I'm sure it will. So that's basically the situation with my palace and my pyramids over there. I've got some nice temples lined up here, different temples assigned to different gods. We've got all the different gods you can imagine. So we've got Set, Mahat, Sebek, Anubis, and obviously all these gods, all these temples will help people within the city pray for different reasons, for a good harvest, for death in the family, things like that, so every sort of god has its benefits to people who want to pray there basically. So you get these sort of like small temples or small shrines, you get temples, and also what you can build. Let me show you here. Where the hell is it? if I can bloody find it. Where are you? Cult temple. And these are big. Look at this. But obviously, these take a lot of resources to build. But yeah, these are huge, and they will actually benefit and help cover more people within the city, because obviously because it's so big, it actually caters for more people's needs than just a small shrine essentially. But basically, right, this game is all about the crops and the harvest, as you would imagine, like it was in ancient Egypt. The flood is massive. So you have farms dotted about, all these farmhouses here, all these farmers. They will go out. At the moment you can see it's a flood season, so they're just doing their bits and bobs, getting, you know, new pottery in there, new bits for the home, relaxing, enjoying their time off. But what will happen is it'll then go to the planting season, and they'll go out and start doing all the planting on their banks here, and then it's the harvest season, and it goes back to the flood season again. So it goes around in that cycle. And the flood is very important because, as you can see here, it's told me that the flood is good, so that's fine. We're okay with that. It's going to be a nice solid harvest from there. But you can also get excellent fertility, so the soil's really rich, and you get more food from that. You get really poor floods, which won't produce much food at all. You can get sort of high floods, which go too high and start to sort of go into these sort of lands of your city here, and will start to flood your residents and start to destroy buildings if it goes too high, basically. So you've got to be careful. But generally the floods are good, and that's fine, but it's these extreme ones that can cause issues. And obviously it's very important you do get good floods or excellent floods, because they produce more food, and food is paramount to your city because they feed everyone. So they provide everyone with food, even your peasants and your servants and your farmers. They get food. And also obviously your high elite citizens like your priests, your scribes, your overseers. All these sort of people need food. Now the farmers, they collect it from sort of piles of food that are stored there. You can see there the threshing area. They'll just go up to and collect it from there, dead easy. But the more educated elite, they want more refined food, so they will go to bakeries. Now bakeries will collect the food which is stored in sort of government buildings, and then go and get that basic wheat, that basic barley, take it back to the bakery, create bread from it, and then these educated elite will go and get the bread from there. Now food is also currency, so how it works is obviously you've got your farmers and they collect the food and they use it to eat, but they also use it to exchange for goods, and everyone has it for goods as well. Everyone uses it for goods. So you've got like your normal basic sort of shops, like your basket shops, mats, linen, pottery, so everyone want them. But then your more educated elite and nobles, they will want sort of like luxury shops, like jewellery, perfume, sandals, sculpture, all these sort of things. So they want them as well. So your educated elite and your nobles will want those more lucrative shops. And also we get traders that come in from, obviously as you showed you on the world map before. So these traders come in every so often, and will bring exotic goods like spices and furs, extra things that you won't get normally in your city. So you can see people come and shop for these, like priest's wife is shopping for sandals. You've got the scribe's wife is shopping for fur, so she's going to use some of her barley bread to purchase that. Or she didn't buy any. Maybe she didn't like what she saw, but she was going to shop. And these traders will also, when they come and sell their goods, they will also come and buy from your city as well. So they want to come and buy things to take away with them. So in this case, this guy wants some cosmetics, so he's going to help me by coming in and buying stuff from the shops. And it all works in tangent. Everything works together. It's like a little system that seems to play out. Everything has its little place in things and makes a difference. Obviously the nobles are the elite of your civilization. Obviously the pharaoh is your big boss. He's the big man, isn't he? Of course, he's the big top dog. But then beyond him, if you want to get somewhere in life, you want to become a noble person, because they have the townhouses, they have luxury residence, and obviously they are when you've really hit top spot. And they control your crops, so they have basically a group of farmhouses under their control. So the bigger the farmhouses, so the bigger the townhouses, you should say, the more they actually support in terms of farms. So let me see if I can show you on here, nobleman. I don't think it shows me on here, but usually as I say, it goes from a small residence to medium residence to large residence or large estate. And as you go up, you can support more farms. So you can see here, I've currently got 94 farms in my city, but I can actually support 98. You can see there, 11 large estates are supporting 88 farms, and then Palace Estate is supporting 10 farms. So we can actually build some more. So let's get some buildings going on, guys. So let's get some farmers built here, ready for the harvest, for the plantation. So we've got 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. So we've got a nice little line finished off there to get to the full 98 we can support. So let me pull this road across to make it look a bit more neater. You can see here now he's building. This is now what I love about this game is as well, you can, a bit like in Ancient Cities from what it said, you've got like a family tree, so you can have a history. It's easy to be villagers when he fully started off. This boy's farm child, his family used to be villagers and then they became farmers in 2004 BC. But what I love is really going to these sort of people, because you can really track where they began. So they started off, look at this, they began as villagers in 2024 BC, then they became farmers, then they went to villagers again, then they went back to farmers, then became basket makers, sculptors, and then after that they became nobles. That's just the order save kicking in. So yeah, they really made it in the 2001 BC, that's when they became the highest in society. Because sculptors are pretty good. When you get to like a luxury town shopkeeper, that's pretty high level stuff, and you can then go on to become an educated elite or a nobleman. So yeah, they've done well there. So I like to look at the family history every so often just to see where people have come from. It's quite immersive, isn't it? But what I don't like is this guy. Look at this villager here. The cheek of him. He's actually placed his bloody villager hut right outside the palace. I tell you what, I'm not having that. He's going to get destroyed. Get out of here. Go on. The cheeky bugger. Building his freaking hut right outside the Pharaoh's palace. What the hell is he playing at? Because basically villagers can put huts wherever they want. But yeah, don't put it there, mate. You're not gonna survive for that long doing that. So over here, I've got a little bit of a shrine going on. So obviously I've got my pyramids over here. And over here we've got some mastabas, and these can again facilitate royal families and pharaohs, but also these are going to be more for like your noble people, so small sort of tombs for them to have their family members buried in. And we've obviously got this nice sculpture going to be carved up soon. It's just waiting for a sculpture to come along, or stonecutter to come along. He's coming along now, so we'll have a look and see what he does. He's actually a little bit stuck at the moment. So it's a little bit jittery. I've got it in fast forward mode, so that's why it's a little bit quicker than usual. But so he's trying to think what to do, because he can't get to it. He will in a second. I'll just teleport from this side. There we go. He teleports across. So he's going to start carving this up now and make it all look nice and neat. So you can see there, it'll start to go 51% and all the way up to 100%. It'll be a lovely stone monument at the end of it, and obviously that will help with my prestige and that will increase it even more. So let's have a look at the plantation. Oh, look at the farms! Beautiful stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Let me get my camera right. It's going all the way across the riverbank. Look at that, all the way down the Nile. Superb stuff. So they can see they're all working there, hard at work, making sure their crops are as fruitful as possible, or as healthy as possible. Not fruitful, healthy as possible. But you can see these guys, these are scribes, and what these do, these go around counting the taxes, because they want to make sure that the noble people are paying the right amount of taxes from their crops. Basically, they're not going to be conning us basically out of not enough food, because what they have to do is it gets sectioned off basically, and some goes to the threshing area for everyone to collect. Then obviously they want to make sure the right amount of food is being counted correctly to then go to the government buildings. So if they're not, we're getting a short deal from it. The noble people are getting too much out of it basically. So that's why the scribes count it to make sure they are giving us the right amount of food from their crops, essentially. So there we go. That's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get some buildings going, just to see in action a bit more. So we've got a priest here, and we've got obviously priests are massive because they can do so much. They can provide healthcare for the hospitals and the apothecaries here to collect healthcare from. They also can provide education to nobles' children to then become elite citizens themselves. They provide funerary services for the pharaohs and noble people, and they tend to the gods as well over here. So it's very important they carry on doing their job. So let's just put some stuff down. So what we've got here, we've got a papyrus mill, and we've got a bakery. What could we put here? I'm just trying to think what we could do. We could probably put an entertainer down, actually, because an entertainer is very important for providing entertainment, basically, for the noble elite and the educational elite as well. They will attend feasts, and these entertainers will provide that for them. Now, entertainers actually do quite well in these cities because they're very high in demand, and they'll get loads of money. Look at that, loads of food for the services. Look at that, 172 food has been collected from all their sessions and entertainment they've done. So yeah, they're entertaining someone now, apparently. He's balancing a pot on his head. So yeah, he's doing well, bless him. Good stuff. So we've got an entertainer being built there. But what I want to do is make this area look a little bit neater, because it doesn't look as good as it should be at the moment. So let's put these hedges down just to border off the area here. Look a little bit nicer. We could put some like statues down to have it. Oh no, we could have it there. Oh no, we couldn't do it there. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll delete that. Delete that there. Have them on the corners like that. Lovely. So they'll be nice as they enter their estate. And then we can put some nice sort of flooring down. So I'll put it like a plaza. So we could put like a green over here. There we go. Nicely does it. So they can have a nice sort of path as they walk out their estates in the mornings. Their morning jogs. Wonderful. Right, that's that. So now we're on. Yes, we're on harvest. We've missed the harvest, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. I was just showing you over there. But basically, you can see there all the farmers have collected all the food. Harvest is all up, and then they're putting it into the threshing area. And about 6 o'clock tonight, that will then be distributed all to the government buildings that they need to be, and yeah, it'll be sorted out accordingly. Some of it will be stored in the granaries as well, just to make sure it doesn't decompose over time, so it's kept safe and secure. So then, if the bakeries get empty, these granaries can then restock them up, basically. You've got labourers' huts as well. Labourers are very good because labourers are sort of over here in the distance, because they help with carving out from the sort of the granite sites and the basalt quarries and things like that. They carve out statues and obelisks and things like that. And they also can mine for things like gold, coal for cosmetics to use, things like that. So they are very important. They will haul large statues around the city and also bring the limestone to the pyramids to be built for construction. So yeah, they're very important, labourers are, and they need overseers to be there to make sure they're doing the job correctly. So you have to put overseers down. You've got like an overseers hut where that's an overseers quarters there. So you can again tell them what to do, oversee the nearest site, which is what this guy's doing, but you can also get them to just mine specific things or quarry different things that you want them to do. So yeah, that's that. Now what you can build on this game, which is really good, is because I've got the Alexandria add-on, which again you can get on Steam. You can get the Great Library, you can build that, the Great Lighthouse, but you can see there, look how much stuff it requires, like 50 bricks, 105 fine limestone, 125 limestone, so there's a lot of minerals and resources are required if you're going to build these kind of buildings, so they take a long time to build. But as I said to you on the actual Ancient Cities video, I love city building games that you see things come to life bit by bit over time. It's not like a case of just click and drop. It takes time to build up, and you see things gradually build up and build up and build up, and I love that about this game. It's so much like that. So yeah, big plus in my eyes. But you can see there the granaries, yeah, they're stocked up now with food, and you've got the threshing area there, which was to say what the farmers will use, and also the shopkeepers will use as well. But the shopkeepers probably won't use it as much because they'll just get paid food from their customers, so they won't have to go out and get food because it's just provided for them when people come and buy their stuff. You can see there, like, the papyrus mill's making stuff. You've got the wife there on top of the linen shop. She's making some linen because there's no linen for sale at the moment. You've got the pottery maker here. So you feel like the city's coming to life, don't you, by this? Oh, another sculpture of hot weather. It would be in bloody ancient Egypt, wouldn't it? But yeah, you can see that it's really good. And obviously, as the day goes on, people start to come out of the house and start to shop for things. Like, here we go. She's shopped and she's got some pottery, linen. She's going home now. So everyone's coming to buy stuff they want. Is that some? Really is good. They've got a gardener here as well, a nursery, so they will provide the elite with saplings to have their own fruit trees in their own courtyards. Again, that's another enhancement. You can get like pools, servants' quarters, fruit grove, family tune, private yachts. Oh, private yachts are nice. They are like situated on the Nile here, so you can see them occasionally take the boats out for a little afternoon trip down the Nile. And they also go hunting sometimes. Oh, there you go. You see, this is it. Unusually high flood, so waters are too high, so it's going to be right up. She's going to actually bugger things up, this is actually now, because now the floods are going to go up to about here, I would say, or beyond, so you could start to see bloody houses being taken down here. Oh no, I hate it when it gets high floods, it really messes things up. So I try to position my buildings quite far back from the Nile as much as I can usually, just so I can avoid floods wrecking everything. That is not good. That is not good. Is there anything we can build just so I can show you? I can build some... I can tell you what I could build. I could build some soldier barracks for you, just so you can see that in action. Where the hell are they? Well, we need a commander in, because the commander obviously is very important because he needs to be there to train the troops. So a commander's going to be there. Soldier, there we go. So they're basically classed as peasants, like labourers. So soldiers, they're the soldier huts. So that's it. We've got an overseer, some soldier barracks. We also need a training ground, because without a training ground they can't better themselves and improve their combat skills. We also need, as well as that, a weaponsmith, because a weaponsmith is very important because they will produce different types of weaponry, armour, things like that. So we need them. I'm blind as a bat today, guys. I can't. Military equipment maker, there we go. So put him there. So you can make armour, chariots, is it copperchesses, which are like these sort of curved bladed swords. You can get really fine weaponry that the Egyptians had. Copperchesses, I'm going to go with that. So you can see someone is building, a bricklayer's child is building this. He's going to become a soldier of ancient Egypt. Now, some buildings, like, you know, your farmhouses, they are literally click, drop, and then someone will come and build them and that's done. But some buildings require actual bricks to be brought to the site before they can build. So this, for example, the training ground requires 20 bricks to be brought to be built. So we have dotted around the city bricklayers, little small houses, and what they do is they go to the brickworks, which is dotted about as well, wherever they are. Where are they? Oh, enemy found. Oh god, where's that on the map? Is it? Oh, here. Raider camp close by. This is my city. So we need to get our army set up pretty quickly to then send them out to take them down. So yeah, let me go back to the world city again. The world map. Where is... There we go, brickwork. So you can see here, oh look at that guy, he's been working hard, 100 bricks already from this guy. So he will produce the bricks, he will go to like the banks in the Nile to collect the clay, put that together with papyrus reeds, and then that mixes together to make the bricks. And then when they're ready, the bricklayers will come to the brickworks, collect them, and take them to the sites that need to be constructed, basically. And that's how it works, guys, really. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to basically jump forward in time, because I've saved this city to this point so I can show it off to you now. But I did then carry on the city a lot more, right? So I've made a lot more progress from this point. So I'll be back in a second. I'm going to load up the next game and show you where we are at after about 3 or 4 more days of working on it, basically. So I'll be back in a second. Right then, guys, we're back. Look at the difference between that game I saved for you guys and me carrying on, because look at this. We've made some significant progress. Oh, look at this. We've been busy bees. So after I left and carried on the game, I've really enhanced the courtyard outside the palace of the pharaoh here, so he's really nice and magnificent now. Look at this, all his statues, all the gardens and all done and sort of set up nicely. Over here we had more merchant centres for merchants to come along. More townhouses were built, and then I've really basically been working hard with this complex over here. I class it like a cult temple complex where loads of temples are being built at the moment. Pyramids are going to be erected. I've got a cult temple to the god of Hathor. I've just now changed it. Bollocks. Go back. There we go. Look at a massive great pyramid here that's being built at the moment. That's going to be erected for the pharaoh, which will be whoever that will be in time to be buried there. We've got the great library being built here. So yeah, we've been busy, guys. Been really busy. A cult temple over here. We've got more stuff in this direction. So we've been having some more labourers' huts, more farming complexes. Look at the difference now. I can support 170 now. So I've been very busy indeed. Going to the wood level, you can see I took out those raiders over there. I've got an enemy city over here, but still that will require a lot more. I didn't actually build. I don't think I actually built any. Did I not have any soldiers? I think, yeah, basically I had some soldiers that took out that camp, and then I got rid of them, and then I haven't brought them back yet. The combat isn't great on this game, because what happens is when you have your soldiers out and about, all they do is you train, and then you send them out to these sites to take on these enemy warriors, and you don't actually see them fight. You just see them go off to the edge of the world map, fight in the background, which you don't see, and then they'll come back and it'll say you've either been successful or not. And that's all that happens. You don't see any combat, unfortunately, on the game, because it's basically just more of a city building game. But yeah, what we'll do just before we wrap up the video is I'm going to put out and just construct some proper soldier barracks here, just so you can see what you look like. So here we go. So soldier. Oh no. Right, so some of them. We can tell them what to be: spearmen, archers, charioteers, city guard, which will just patrol the streets, and spearmen again, or archers again. So that's them. I don't think we've got any overseers. It's not overseers. We haven't got any commanders. No, we haven't. So we need to get some commanders in. Still, after all this time, I still struggle to find out where the bloody hell they are. Right, okay, there we go. Commander. Major equipment maker and training ground. Oh yes, also like courts of law. Just notice there, courts of law. They're over here. This is a court of law. So it's a bit laggy as well. I think it's because of having the PC on for so long. It's actually a little bit laggy on memory at the moment, unfortunately. It's usually a lot smoother than this, actually. But yeah, this is a court of law there. And basically, royal princes will attend these courts. And if noble people have any disputes, like any land disputes, things like that, or things that went wrong with funerals and things like that, you know, different bits and bobs which happen in daily lives, they will attend this court, and noble people will come and they'll basically have a hearing, and it sorts out the issues, and then obviously the winning party will get sorted out and the losing party will get told what to do as well. So yeah, it's all good in that sort of way as well. I like that. But looking at the individuals, I've got to show you this. So this is basically when you click on each individual citizen's houses, you can see this is showing how satisfied they are. So this household, this nursery, is very satisfied, for example. They've got no problems whatsoever. They're happy with their food. They're happy with their funeral arrangements. No problems with having goods, healthcare, worshipping, security or government problems. No leisure problems. Nothing. So they're absolutely 100% satisfied. Your noble people are the harder ones to satisfy because they have more demanding requirements, should we say. Like this guy, happy as Larry, but he's not. A little bit unsatisfied. He couldn't go hunting apparently, so something stopped him from hunting. So yeah, he wasn't happy about that, but he's not overall unhappy. He's quite happy in general, but yeah, that annoyed him a little bit by the looks of things. So yeah, you got the priests as well, all different bits and bobs. So yeah, it's all about making sure you're satisfying your people's needs, because if you don't, they will start rioting. They start to riot here outside the palace gates here of your Pharaoh's palace, essentially. And the more and more they riot, the more and more they'll kick off. Your elite citizens will migrate to another city, so that will be a problem. Start to lose them. You have issues. Your normal farmers and educated elite, things like that. So you're not your educated elite. Your farmers, your peasants. They will just start to leave your city and become either vagrants and start stealing from people, or become villagers again. So you'll lose them. So you've really got to manage them properly. Look at this. This is a tomb that's being built at the back of my palace. Lovely stuff. So I'm having a nice little collection of tombs in this direction and expanding them. So let's go back over here then. So yeah, as I say, make sure you keep your people happy as possible. It's essential, massively essential. So we've got this being built now, these barracks. So you can see there, 3 designated archers are garrisoned here now. They've just gone shopping, bless them. They've gone to get. They need their wares as well. So they've got a basket, pottery, linen, beautiful. And of course, they will collect their food from government buildings because they are part of the government workers. So they require bakery, food and vegetables. So that really is it, guys. I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to bore you, for one, because, you know, it's all about you enjoying it yourself. This is what I love about this game, as I said to you at the beginning. You sit there, you can lay back, just relax, and just take it bit by bit, and you can play it so casually. It's not, you know, a game that requires loads of your brain power. You know, you can just sit here and enjoy it, really, and just watch it come to life as time goes on. And, you know, if you put the work into it like I have done, you'll get to see results like this. But this is a sandbox game. This scenario I've done here is on a sandbox map with loads of resources available to you, and you just build to your heart's content. But there is a campaign to it as well, so you have to go through stages of a campaign, building up your cities down the River Nile, and you have different storylines and different things you need to do within the campaign. So it's not just like just one map and that's it. You have loads of different scenarios, different size maps, and different resources available to you. So yeah, it is all there to enjoy. So it is quite in depth. And that's really it, guys. As I say, I don't want to talk to you about any more really than what I've done, because if you've seen this now, either you like it or you don't. There's nothing more I can say now to tempt you, really. The proof of the pie is really in front of you. So if you want to get it, then check it out. Steam link in the description. I don't think it's very much in like pounds sterling. It's only like £5.99, so it's really cheap. So it won't be like dollars. It won't be that much, about $7 or $8, I would imagine. Euros will be about €6, €7 as well, so it won't be that much. If you want to get it, it's quite cheap for what enjoyment you can get out of it. But yeah, it really is the attention to detail about it all. Everything works together. Every single person within the city has a purpose, and they intertwine with other people. And if they don't work together, the whole thing doesn't work. So everything has to intertwine for everything to get by and to exist, basically. So yeah, there you go. Right, I'll leave it here then, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed this little showcase. Look at that. Look at that cult temple. It's huge. It's massive. Worship the gods. Look at it. Towers above the farms here. Look at it. It's massive. I love the obelisks. These are like only small obelisks. You can get grand obelisks. I'm starting to build them over here actually. My Great Pyramid, they all have grand obelisks way up in each corner. I love them placed like really good. And these obelisks actually, just before I go, you steals or stels. It's stels or steals. You build these in sort of recognition of what you've done on the world map. So when it's better when you probably want to build a grand obelisk when you've taken on an enemy and destroyed them. That's what you want to probably have those for. You want to have the steels to commemorate when you've actually had a partnership with a limestone trader. You don't have a grand obelisk to appreciate that, do you really? But you can, obviously, anything you've done on the world map, you can recognise by building a monument to it. So this is it. Like I can build this obelisk in the corner here. Hey, the autosave's kicking in again. I don't know if it autosave. And there you go. You see that? Put it like, where you put it, like there. And you have like one in all 4 corners of the map. Obviously, I had the pyramid. It looked great, wouldn't it? There. So yeah, this is my little temple complex being built up at the moment. But yeah, that's it, guys. I'm gonna leave it here. So thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you, as I say, enjoyed the video. Check out the link in the description. And of course, let me know in the comments if you played this game already. If you have it, I want to hear from you. And if you haven't, what do you think of it? So yeah, let me know down below. And there we go. So until next time, take care and farewell.